Welcome back to the You Are Immeasurable podcast, season 3. This season is going to be dedicated to those of us that are on our journey of healing and transformation. The focus of this season is going to be to identify and recognize healthy and unhealthy relationship dynamics. We're going to talk a lot about the spiritual tools that we'll need to become acquainted with to help us to stand, to operate in, and to flourish as our authentic self. Things like shadow work, energy healing, which will help us to shred or shed the guilt, the shame that we've been carrying, and also to do some much needed subconscious reprogramming. Now, as always, the episodes are going to air weekly, and the purpose of them is to support you as you embrace and become acquainted with your enlightened and untethered higher self. So I want you to grab your water, your juice, your wine, or your tea or your coffee, and let's toast to each other and our growth, our elevation, and abundance. Hello. Welcome to 2025. So, yes, guys, first of all, let me apologize for, being late. I didn't drop an episode last week, and I was supposed to drop an episode yesterday. And so I'm a little off schedule because I have not been feeling the greatest. Nevertheless, I've taken some time, or rather used this time, to really evaluate all the things that I've experienced, that I've learned, that I've had the joy of realizing throughout 2024. And so that's why I decided to go ahead and record this episode just to give you a little bit of reflective inspiration. And I know it's a thing that everybody is doing their reflections, journaling, and episodes if they're podcasters, or talking about how we're planning for 2025 if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner or what have you. And that's kind of what this episode is about. But more than that, again, just a little bit of a reflective inspiration that I wanted to give or offer is to, while you might be or have been the last couple of weeks very busy doing a whole lot of things when it comes to the holidays and gifts and dinners and brunches and lunches and breakfasts and gift exchanges and all of those things, that a lot of times we get so wrapped up in the doing of things that we overlook the reason, the why, and the motivation behind it. And that doesn't only happen during the holidays, that happens pretty much every day in our lives. And so those are the things that I wanted to encourage you to take a look at and really see past what you had to do, what you felt you needed to do, what you knew someone was expecting of you, all of those things, and really take a look and say, you know what? I've accomplished so many things this year that I didn't celebrate myself for, or that I didn't even realize, because I was all caught up in the doing. And for me, I feel and I believe that this is what we need to do in order to plan for what's going to be next for us more effectively or efficiently. And I don't know if that makes sense to you, because look at it this way. So, say the beginning of 2024, you were in this, I'll say, in between place, right? You weren't certain if you needed to just keep on doing what you're doing and continue to try to figure it out as you go, throwing spaghetti at the wall, dealing with or not dealing with your mental health, your emotional health, not looking at your financials, your spending habits, not looking at your relationships intimately or family dynamics, co-worker dynamics, all of those things. But what if we really did look at it from the aspect of, okay, this is what I learned. And maybe, yeah, okay, may have took a detour over here, but why did I do that? And not only why did I do it, but what was the fruit of that detour? You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we look at things very linear because hey, that's how we're taught, right? Looking at everything A plus B equals C. Well, everything and everybody doesn't operate like that, especially when you are a more spiritual individual, especially when you are a spiritual entrepreneur and you're led and you're guided by your gut, your intuition, by the downloads and the messages and the cards and the rituals and the things that you realize or are revealed to you in your quiet time, in your meditation, and things of that nature. It's not always A plus B equals C. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's A plus D equals R. Because that's the way it was supposed to flow. That's the way it was supposed to be. And we have to get out of what everyone tells us we should do, we should want, we should care about, we should aspire to be, and really, really do the inner work and really do the inward reflections and see what is it that I know that I need to do, I want to do, or what I am feeling inspired to do. Because honestly, you may blow everything out of the water and you may not be able to put it in A plus B equals C type of equation. So this is just me saying to you, I'm so glad that you've been with me throughout 2024 as we've gone on this journey. And as we now enter into 2025, a whole lot of new things going to be emerging, are going to be revealed, are going to be experienced. And I can't wait to go on this journey with all of you. So I just want to encourage you again, listen to you. And yeah, I'll say it more than you listen to others. Because absolutely, there are people that can help us, can guide us, can show us how to do things, how to structure things, how to interpret things. But the bottom line of all of it, how you tap into your prosperity and your abundance and your peace is to really, really get in tune with you and follow that voice, follow that inspiration, follow that path. Everything and everybody else is just there to add to, but you are the common denominator in all things concerning you, be it your personal life, your romantic life, your business life, your financial life, your emotional life, your spiritual life. You're a part of all of that. So I want you to focus on being in tune with you and using that, using your own compass, your internal, intuitive, higher self. Use that as your compass. And I tell you, I fully believe it that even when things look unfavorable, even when things look like they're not going the way that you thought they would or that you maybe want them to, it is all working to make you a better person. It is all working so that you understand the favor, the magic, the power, and the love that you have within you and how that is being cultivated. And in some cases, pruned and nourished so that it will continue to grow. So I hope that as you enter into 2025, that you are being very positive. You're being very easy and grace giving to yourself, that you are looking at your accomplishments and the things that you have overcome and applying that information when you look at where you maybe have had some setbacks or maybe a stumble or two, and giving yourself the love, the grace, the compassion, and the inspiration to keep on putting one foot in front of the other and moving forward, moving higher. So again, I just say thank you so much for journeying with me on the You Are Immeasurable podcast throughout 2024. And we're going to keep on moving in the direction of ascension, enlightenment, of receiving and experiencing all the love, joy, peace, prosperity, and abundance that is rightfully ours, and leaning into that, accepting that, acknowledging that, and celebrating that. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, cheers to your transformation. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the You Are Immeasurable podcast. Please remember to subscribe so that you can be notified whenever new episodes are dropped. Also, I'd love to have your feedback and your comments as well as your 5-star rating. Additionally, if you'd like to connect with me, the show notes list all of my social media handles so that you can do so. So until next time, thank you so much and cheers to your transformation.